Hi everyone, it is Fitz with the Daily Delivery, a daily delivery on Big 12 Championship Day. I never stop working. Well, I actually recorded this in advance. Good luck to Arizona State and Iowa State. You will make a fine representative. Whoever wins in the college football playoff, go win a game or two, please. Please, for all of us. And in dealing with SEC fans who say that possibly can't happen, one of the knocks is recruiting rankings, which is a sad trope if you ask me. There's a few schools that can really lean on recruiting rankings to indicate why they have more talent, because they get the dudes that are NFL ready almost out of high school. But the rest of us, including some schools in the SEC, got to go to work and find better players that may not be as highly ranked. Or you find a player and you turn them, along with their help, of course, into something marvelous. And this is the story of two of those dudes who showed up at K-State looking nothing like a college football player. First, a reminder to please subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up, and leave those comments. I appreciate it so much. YouTube's messing with the algorithm. Keep commenting. Help us out. So, Kansas State's a developmental football program. What's that mean, Fitz? Come on, explain that. Well, sometimes you get players that are nowhere near being ready for college football. And this is my concern with the roster limit at 105. Would Kansas State have taken a Felix Anudike-Uzomah in 2020? I don't know. Were they taken a Brendan Mott in 2019? I don't know. At 105, you may not be able to take those walk-ons, or in Felix's case, a blue shirt, which is a walk-on who becomes on scholarship because they just show up. I'm not getting into it. But they both weren't in the recruiting classes, and that's the important thing to remember. Now, before I get too far into this, I want to give a mad shout out to Coach Tremaine Carroll, the Kansas State strength coach. He's in charge of that entire department. Guys, you are doing the Lord's work if the Lord's a football fan, because these two guys are an amazing story. King Felix rolled into town, and you can look at the picture that we have of him and realize that dude doesn't weigh 244 pounds, but that's what they listed him as a freshman. There's no way. If he weighs 244, I'm 700. I'm not. No, don't say it, Gilbert. I'm not 700 pounds. So they kind of fudge the numbers because he's a defensive end. You need to be big and strong. They don't need to know you weigh about 220, maybe less. 244 sounds good. Brendan Mott showed up as a tight end, a walk-on, out of Iowa. King Felix was out of Kansas City. He knew about K-State, but he was ready to go to Missouri as a regular old student instead of playing football, and then got the blue shirt opportunity at K-State. Now he's in the NFL. Brendan wandered into town as a 205-pound tight end, and he looked like he was 12. As you see the picture here, that is not a college football player. That is not even a college freshman. That's a kid on a Make-A-Wish day showing up for a football game. And I tell you what, Brendan Mott went to work. If you have any questions about why Kansas State won the 2022 Big 12 championship, these were the defensive ends. King Felix was tearing it up, and Mott was proving himself on the other end, getting single teams because Felix was getting double teamed and making plays. He never stopped making plays, even when he was getting the attention. King Felix won back-to-back Big 12 Defensive Lineman of the Year awards. Back in the days when OU and Texas were in the conference, they were getting the NFL-ready guys out of high school to play defensive end. And yet this kid from Kansas City came in and turned himself into a 255-pound dominating monster as a defensive end. And as I said, he proved himself to be the best defensive lineman in this conference 2 years running. 2023, K-State let everyone else have the award. I don't even know who won it. We're sitting here right now. But this season, congratulations, Brendan Mott. You were named the best defensive lineman in the entire Big 12. That 205-pound scrawny kid became a 244-pound dominator. A relentless motor on this guy. He's not going to play defensive end in the NFL. He'll probably be one of those outside linebackers in a three-man front. And you know what? He'll probably get it done because Brendan Mott's used to overcoming odds, just like King Felix did. They got to K-State, they went to work, the strength team went to work, and boom, they've got NFL guys. And you know what? He wasn't a defensive end, but another tight end wandered into town as a walk-on out of Iowa. His name was Ben Sinnott, and he was drafted in the second round of the 2023 draft. They don't get The NFL-ready guys out of high school are the ones that just need a little time. They develop players, and they don't just make them decent players. They make them dominating players, really good players, NFL players. That's Kansas State. You go to work, and you don't stop until you accomplish your goals. It's now headed to a bowl season. Soon, the work will start for a new season. And somewhere in that program, there's a young guy with a lot of hopes and dreams, and he's going to lift a lot of weights. And eventually, you will know his name.